that brings in the question.
Yep.
Is there an over-reliance on maize for Kenya? In this food crisis that we talk about, is there space for a conversation about the diversification of food in Kenya? We're not even talking about food for export at this point. You're talking about food for survival for Kenya's people. There's 60 million bags of maize, of which 40 million is being produced here. So that means 20 million is being imported, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. And some of it is coming from Tanzania, like you just mentioned, of course. Some of it is coming from Malawi, other countries like this. At some point, Ukraine. Now, when we talk about this is food that's being consumed in Kenya. And if there's a food crisis, that means that there's not enough to go around, but not enough of a particular product. So is it about time that we had the mostly uncomfortable conversation about saying, okay, guys, let us now get accustomed to eating something else?
Well, the thing is that maize has very many derivatives that have just come in. One, okay, what do I mean by derivative? Uses, right? Previously, we were not using maize as animal feeds.
Yeah.
We were simply having a chicken that are free range moving around. We were not feeding them with we were having sheep that were not free. We have zero grazed doppers here. The milk requirement in the country is quite high. So we now need to convert maize into animal feeds. The government has never established how much maize we need for maize choma, or the green maize that is used for githeri. It does not really come out how much we need for it. All right, but this country was segmented some time back. Okay. We used to have Galana for beef, camel rearing there. We used to have Ukambani region for sorghum and wimbi. All right, we used to have North Rift for maize like that, and it's the consumer that is preferring ugali. It's the calories that is required daily is from ugali, and it's stabilized
because that's what's been offered, or because that's what's there, isn't it?
But if you look at rice consumption, it has gone up. Potatoes has gone up. If you look at wheat, it's really gone up. So those alternatives are also checking in, but it's huge, and we need industrial thinking of how to feed Kenyans.
But how many farmers, and I'm going to go to a break, but how many farmers today, like yourself, Nahshon, are saying, okay, you know what? In the crop rotation, if I'm going to grow maize this season, the next I'm going to put sorghum and millet, and I'm going to, rotate my crop that way. Or the next time I'm going to make sure that I have, I mean, did we know that, for example, that you can get flour to make an ugali out of potatoes? That we see there are other countries where you do that with cassava, you do it with millet, you do it with sorghum, you do it with potatoes, you do it with rice, and that you can still have the effect of the ugali effect, perhaps, is what is being sought after. Yeah. But how many farmers are actually saying fine? Because it's what you put on the buffet that people are going to buy, right? Is what the people are going to order. If there's maize in abundance coming from, and that's what people are going to say that they're going to purchase. But if you start to introduce it to the market in larger amounts, do we see a situation whereby you then don't have a food crisis because there are offerings on the table?
Farmers like me, for example, are very, very few. There are less than 1,000 probably. Who can think of crop rotation? You have there's some research that established that the average age of a farmer in Kenya is 65 years old, and that is very true. Myself, I'm almost 50, but when I go for meetings, I'm almost the secretary because I'm the youngest there. So this 65-year-old farmer now that is forming bulk of our farmers, why is he there? These are retired people who are passing their time, whether they get 20 bags or 30 bags or 10 bags, it's really, they have produced maize. That's it. Yeah, and that's where we are.
And it's insignificant.
And that this is a person who you'll not teach new tricks. And we are having a problem, for example, in North Rift, with a particular plow, a disc plow, that is used quite a bit in Kenya. If you go to countries that produce sizable amounts of maize, it's an illegal implement. In Brazil, it's illegal to use a disc plow in your farms.
Right.
But they produce it and they sell it to Kenya. And for this crisis that we are in, for example, they have not produced maize, they have failed in maize. It's because of that plow. It's because if you look at smart farming, smart farming is you're supposed to let moisture laden into the soil, right? But if you're using a disc plow, when it rains, it evaporates immediately, right? So you need continuous rains so that you can harvest. But if you go to regions like Texas, you will not see that plow at all.
You're looking at heavy mechanized machinery that's operating on a farm.
But there's a fellow in Gilgil that came up with that implement that can be used by local small-scale farmers. And it's a very expensive item. It's taxed. It's something that should be provided by the local enterprises, that government, so that farmers can gain access to it. You need a foot deep, but at the moment in Trans here, you're looking at about 6 inches in a tilling.